Hi, I'm Erin. I am a born and raised Chicago girl.
Me too.
so, so what is each of your favorite parts of Chicago?
Thought that was going somewhere else for a second. What's your favorite part?
Part of me.
Of going to Chicago.
I have a favorite. I used to have a favorite part of Chicago. I came here when I was a sophomore in high school, and this is actually the first place I ever professionally worked. When I was a senior in high school, I did a pilot, and it filmed in Chicago, and it never went. But this is the first place I kind of dipped my toe into professional acting. But I came here and competed when I was a sophomore in high school, and y'all still had the rock and roll McDonald's downtown. And this is, mind you, this is a 15-year-old kid out of San Antonio, Texas. You know, grew up in suburbia, and I wanted to go. I forget what the story was. We were here with drama, and we were eating at maybe the Rainforest Cafe or something. Yeah, and I wanted to walk to the. Isn't it right next to the? Okay, so I wanted to and take pictures because my mom had heard about it and wanted to see pictures of it. And so I told my teacher, I was like, hey, while we wait for the food, can I walk the 2 blocks? And my teacher's like, well, it's, you know, like you don't really walk around Chicago by yourself. And he sent me with one of the seniors whose name is Sean Hall. And so Sean was, you know, 18 years old. He was a senior. I was 15. I was a sophomore. And Sean was a little more savvy than I was. I think he grew up, you know, in a big, walking to the rock and roll McDonald's. And I don't think I'd ever really run across somebody who, on the street, who asks you for money, you know, like, hey, spare some change kind of thing. And not a word of a lie, we go to the rock and roll McDonald's, take some pictures, and you remember you have to kind of like skinny up in all the little hallways and take pictures of all the cool memorabilia. And then on the way back to the Rainforest Cafe, sure enough, this guy approaches us and asks me if he can have $5. And my instinct, I was kind of taken aback, and so I responded with, I'm sorry, I only have big bills. To which Sean Hall just went, we're going, and grabbed me and kind of like, I was like, that's really the wrong thing to say. And I feel like the guy, he gave me a very enigmatic look. I think he sort of was like, I probably should rob this kid, but he's just too dumb. Like, I'm just gonna.
He's gonna need those big bills more than I.
He's gonna need those big bills to buy a train ticket home. So I think that area holds a special. I ended up going back there a couple years later with my parents when I shot the pilot when I was a senior in high school. So that kind of area, wherever that is, kind of pops up in my head.
I really like the Wicker Park area. There's a place over there that it's kind of changed a little bit, but it's still one of my favorite places. It's called Big Star, and it's tacos and bourbon. And I just never thought to really put those two together or marry those together as much as they have, and they found something beautiful. They have like a bourbon list that looks like a wine list, and you go up and you order your tacos, and it's really casual. And I just remember the first time that I ate there, it was like kind of dumbfounded because I've been eating tacos all my life, growing up in Texas, and I just never thought to put bourbon with taco, but it was amazing. And then I'll never forget, I went there, I took my wife there. It was me and Daniil and Misha. The 3 of us went and ate there a few years back. And my wife likes real spicy food. You know, she's from New Orleans, you know, grew up like Cajun spices and all things spicy. And I do too, so a lot of spice in our house. And we also have a lot of spices. And she ordered these peppers that they serve there. And, you know, like you order like char-grilled serrano peppers or something like that. You just eat them. So this bowl of peppers comes out, and she ate one, and like things started changing, and like she started crying, and she was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Woo! Oh. 2 more layers to go, guys. Yeah, she kind of looked like this. Well, I was just like sweating, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh, these are the hottest things I've ever put in my mouth," and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Food, food." And then immediately, because Misha didn't wait to see how it turned out, he grabs one and he throws. Anyway, long story short, cut to they're pouring water on their faces, and just like their whole face is just leaking and I'm sitting there going like, I ain't trying that. And to this day, I've never seen her react. And Misha can attest to it. He was like, it was like torture. Whatever they served them was not what they had said it was. Oh yeah, yeah, just pouring milk. Like, I mean, it was hilarious from where I was sitting. And so to this day, it's still one of my favorite places.
Thank you.